All across the world, school children are served lunches that reflect their nation's culinary heritage. Whether kids are eating rectangular slices of pizza with mystery meat sausage balls or enjoying grilled mackerel with miso soup, teachers in every language will tell you how important it is to stuff kids' faces with this middle-of-the-day meal. Today on Every Last Crumb, we're taking you on a worldwide tour of the wide variety of school lunches this world has to offer. But before embarking on our cruise, don't forget to subscribe to Every Last Crumb and let us know what other iconic food history you'd like to know about. Called kyushoku, these school lunches look delicious and are in serious contention for best in class. They typically consist of 5 components: a main dish, a side dish, a soup, a serving of rice or noodles, and a serving of milk. This configuration ensures that students receive carbohydrates, proteins, and varied vitamins and minerals. The meals often contain less processed food and fewer sugary desserts, with a strong emphasis on including a variety of fresh vegetables and fish. Kyushoku menus are planned around seasonal ingredients, ensuring the meals are fresh and diverse. They also frequently include regional dishes, allowing students to appreciate the local food culture. In some cases, international cuisines are incorporated, broadening students' culinary horizons. Traditional dishes like miso soup, nikujaga, which is meat and potato stew, and tempura are routinely served. Our next visit sends us into the heart of France, a nation quite proud of their culinary capabilities. France places a strong emphasis on the quality of the food served in schools. The meals are prepared fresh daily and, whenever possible, organic and locally sourced ingredients are used. French school lunches also provide a culinary tour of the country's regions, introducing students to dishes from different parts of France. For instance, a week's menu could include coq au vin, a chicken dish from Burgundy, ratatouille, a vegetable dish from Provence, or quiche Lorraine, a tart from Lorraine. In French schools, lunch is seen not just as a break for nourishment, but also as an important social activity. Students are typically given ample time, up to 2 hours in some cases, to eat and socialize. We think everyone should appreciate eating the way the French do. They do school lunches the right way. Now we find ourselves on the beautiful beaches of Brazil. The country has one of the largest school feeding programs in the world, offering free meals to millions of students across its public school system. From kindergartens to universities, Brazilian school meals aim to be balanced, nutritious, and flavorful. A typical lunch might include rice and beans, a staple in the Brazilian diet, a source of protein such as chicken or beef, a vegetable dish, and a serving of fruit for dessert. Dishes served vary by region, reflecting the country's diverse culinary traditions. In the coastal regions, fish and other seafood are more common, while in the inland areas, meals may include local ingredients like cassava, a root vegetable widely consumed in Brazil. In a pioneering move, the Brazilian government enacted a policy in 2009 requiring that at least 30% of the food in school meals be sourced from local family farms. This policy aims to support local economies and promote sustainable farming practices, while also ensuring that the meals served are fresh and of high quality. Next, our tour lands us in India, a country with one of the richest culinary traditions in the world. In India, the midday meal scheme is one of the world's largest free school lunch programs. Indian school lunches are generally vegetarian, given the prevalence of vegetarianism due to cultural and religious beliefs. A typical meal includes a grain, usually rice, or a wheat-based flatbread known as roti, a source of protein, often lentils or dal, cooked vegetables, and occasionally yogurt. The meal might also include a serving of khichdi, a comforting dish made from rice and lentils, often spiced with turmeric and cumin. Regional variations in meals are common, reflecting the country's diverse culinary traditions. For example, in South India, meals might include sambar, a lentil-based vegetable stew, rasam, a tangy soup and rice, sometimes served with pickles, or papadum, a thin, crisp, disc-shaped food made from peeled black gram flour. In the state of Gujarat, meals might include thepla, a type of spiced flatbread, and khichdi. In contrast, in the state of Tamil Nadu, students may enjoy sambar rice and curd rice. Thank you for your food, India. The world is forever indebted. The primary characteristic of a South Korean school lunch is its balance. These meals typically contain 5 components: a source of protein, often fish or tofu, rice, a staple food in Korea, soup, kimchi, and a variety of side dishes or banchan. This configuration ensures students receive a well-rounded, nutritious meal that adheres to the country's dietary guidelines. Traditional Korean dishes are featured heavily in school lunches, offering students a taste of their rich culinary heritage. Some of the main dishes may include bulgogi, which is marinated beef, japchae, stir-fried glass noodles and vegetables, or bibimbap, mixed rice with meat and assorted vegetables. The side dishes vary widely, ranging from seasoned spinach and soybean sprouts to fish cakes and omelets. Next, we find ourselves on the Gold Coast of Ghana to see what this West African nation is serving up in schools. The food provided in Ghanaian school lunches typically consists of local and traditional meals, focusing on providing a balanced diet. A typical meal might include a carbohydrate source such as rice or kenki, a staple food similar to sourdough dumpling made from maize, a protein source such as beans or fish, and a serving of vegetables or fruit. Soups and stews made with ingredients like tomatoes, onions, and local spices are also commonly served. A popular dish served is jollof rice, a one-pot rice dish that includes ingredients like tomatoes, onions, and spices, often served with a side of protein and vegetables. Another common dish is wakai, a meal of rice and beans often served with shido, a hot pepper sauce, boiled eggs, and a side of salad. Headed through the icy straits of the North Sea, the fjords of Finland greet us as we land in Scandinavia. Since 1948, Finland has provided free school meals to all students from preschool through upper secondary school, making it the first country in the world to implement such a program. The main dish often incorporates a variety of proteins, including fish, meat, and legumes. Popular dishes include lihapulat, meatballs, kalakito, fish soup, and macaroni latiko, macaroni casserole. Salads, often made with fresh vegetables, provide necessary fiber and vitamins. Rye bread, a staple in the Finnish diet, accompanies most meals. School meals in Finland are not only about nutrition, but also about social education. Students are encouraged to eat together, fostering a sense of community and developing social skills. They learn table manners, the importance of cleanliness, and how to make food choices independently. This sounds radically different from some of the other countries on the list. In this coastal South American country, school lunch often consists of a main dish, a side dish, and a dessert. The main dish might include local favorites such as empanadas, a type of pastry filled with meat or cheese, milanesa, breaded meat fillet or pasta. Argentina is well known for its beef, and this is reflected in the school meals where dishes often include beef in various forms. Side dishes often consist of locally grown vegetables or salads. For dessert, students may enjoy fruits, flan, a type of custard dessert, or even alfajores, a traditional cookie filled with dulce de leche. America is a large nation, diverse in its population, with very distinct regions that all reflect different beliefs and values. Perhaps the most unifying force in this divided country is rectangle pizza, a staple of school lunches for decades. Children everywhere in America await the final day of their school week for Pizza Friday, a day when these slices of strange cheese, cheap tomato sauce, mystery meat, and cardboard crust are served on plastic trays. Through years of experimentation, American parents and educators have learned one thing: kids will eat any kind of pizza, no matter how bad, as long as you don't put vegetables on it. It may sound unappealing, but adults will nostalgically reminisce on their favorite school day meal as they counted down the clock to the weekend. Even though the pizza doesn't taste very good, there's still something magical about it. Maybe it's the love with which old Betty, the lunch lady, made it. Other offerings throughout the week include chicken nuggets, a fan favorite, corn dogs, cheeseburgers, and fish sticks. Efforts have been made in recent years to include more fresh vegetables and fruits into public school meals. Kids everywhere see this as a conspiracy, an evil plot carried out by their parents to follow them into their schools, forcing green things to be placed on their plate. Parents laugh at the prospect of relatively unsupervised children eating vegetables. Regardless, we applaud the effort, and maybe one day American children will change their mind about the soggy steamed broccoli that overflows the vegetable compartment of their plastic cafeteria tray. But until then, we journey to Indonesia. Here, a typical Indonesian school lunch generally includes rice, a source of protein and vegetables. Rice is a crucial part of the Indonesian diet and forms the basis of many meals. It might be served plain or in dishes like nasi uduk, coconut milk rice, or nasi kuning, turmeric rice. The protein often comes in the form of fish, chicken, tofu, or tempeh, prepared in various ways such as being fried, grilled, or cooked in soups or curries. Vegetables might be served as a salad, in soups, or stir-fried. A popular choice is sayur asam, a sour tamarind soup filled with vegetables. To end the meal, Indonesian children often enjoy a sweet treat or a fruit. This could be a local fruit like rambutan, salak, snake fruit, or mangosteen. Other options include a traditional dessert like klapan, sweet rice balls, or pisang goreng, fried bananas. The more we learn about school lunches in other countries, the more we lament our slices of rectangle pizzas. Ever wonder what they serve for lunch in East Africa? Well, in Ethiopia, a typical school lunch is made from culinary staples of the region. Starting with injera, a sourdough flatbread. Meals generally include stews made with lentils, beans, and sometimes meat. A typical dish that might be served is shiro, a stew made from powdered chickpeas or broad bean flour. It's a high-protein dish and can be made with various spices to alter the flavor. Next, we visit Russia. A typical Russian school lunch usually includes a starter, a main course, a drink, and a dessert or fruit. The starter could be a salad or a soup. Traditional Russian soups like borscht, beetroot soup, or shishi, cabbage soup are popular options. The main course often includes a serving of protein like chicken, fish, or beef, usually accompanied by a side of vegetables, potatoes, or grains such as buckwheat or rice. For a drink, students may be served kompot, a traditional sweet beverage made from fruits, or mors, a similar drink made from berries. Milk is also a common choice. Dessert might be a fruit or a baked good like blini, thin pancakes, sirniki, sweet cheese fritters, or pierogi, small pastries filled with various ingredients, with some of the most common being mashed potatoes, mushrooms, cabbage, and ground beef. A typical Chinese school lunch often includes a staple food, such as rice or noodles, a meat or tofu dish for protein and vegetables. Popular dishes might include stir-fried vegetables, tofu with soy sauce, sweet and sour pork, or kung pao chicken. Soups are also a common part of lunch, usually light broths with vegetables or tofu. For dessert, students might enjoy fresh fruits like apples, oranges, or pears. Chinese dietary philosophy often emphasizes balance, represented by the concept of yin, cooling foods, and yang, heating foods. This philosophy translates into school meals, which aim to provide a balanced diet to support students' growth and learning capabilities. God Save the Queen. In Great Britain, a typical lunch includes a main course, a side, and a dessert. The main course could be a traditional British dish, such as shepherd's pie, roast chicken, or fish and chips. Or it could be a dish inspired by international cuisines, such as curry, pasta, or stir-fried vegetables. Side dishes often include vegetables, salads, or bread. For dessert, students might have fruit, yogurt, or a traditional British pudding like sticky toffee pudding or fruit crumble. Next, we head to Guatemala to taste these Central American lunches. A typical Guatemalan school lunch might include staples like maize, corn, tortillas, rice, and beans. Tortillas are a fundamental part of the Guatemalan diet and are often served alongside other dishes. Beans, either black or red, provide a significant source of protein and fiber. To accompany the staple ingredients, the meals might also include locally sourced fruits and vegetables. Schools try to incorporate local produce like bananas, avocados, tomatoes, and various root vegetables into their menus. Protein-rich additions such as chicken, eggs, or cheese are also included when available. So, what school meals were you chomping on as a kid? Did you usually have soda with your lunches? Check out the most popular sodas from the 20th century right here.